Jump Jack one here. What's going on out there? So this video here, if you watch my previous video, the one about the night it happened, the night that ball of light came by my head, if you listen to that video, well, this one's kind of like a part 2 to that. I'm gonna explain to you what happened to me after, and the reason why I didn't include it in the previous video is because I can't really prove it. You know, it's like a 50-50 kind of thing. I mean, I don't know how you would go about proving it anyhow, but this is my story and this is what happened. So I'm gonna tell it to you, and you be your own judge. So these pictures you're looking at, if you're not familiar with them, you don't know what they are, believe it or not, they're pictures that I took. This one night I was in the woods by myself, and this ball of light came down from the tree and almost hit me in my head. I saw it at the last minute, dodged, and it just whipped by my ear, came really close to my ear, and it was making this humming sound. It was white, ball of light, glowing, brilliant light, so bright, didn't like blind me, all electricity, and it just passed my head and went up into the tree. And luckily I had my camera on me, and it snapped 2 pictures. So that's what you're looking at, are the pictures from that night. And I'm gonna tell you the rest of the story now, which I believe is connected to this whole experience. I mean, there's no way to prove it, but it's pretty strange. Everything just seems to be a coincidence. I took these pictures here, and I wonder why no one believes my story. It's kind of crazy, because I know what I saw, and I even took the pictures. And don't forget that the other objects you see in the pictures, I didn't see them. I only saw one ball of light. So anyways, let's hear this story. So what happened was, I'm gonna show you some pictures of my face before the incident, before that night. What you're seeing is pictures of my face before, and that's the left side. I'm not really the type to get acne. I never had any warts or skin tags. I'm not really that type of person to get a lot of outbreaks on my skin. But shortly after that experience, I'm going to show you a picture of my face. This is a picture of my face about a few weeks after that experience, and you can see there's some sort of breakout there. And over the years, 3 years, you know, my face, it would heal and then come back, and then heal and then come back, and it just never went away. It just keeps changing, and eventually it started growing, and there you see it. It looked like a wart. These things would change color. There it was white. In this picture it was like darker than my skin tone. Sometimes they would turn red. Sometimes, you know, they turned all sorts of different colors. Like that's like a pinkish color. I don't know. Sometimes they turned white. That's more or less when it was turning white. So that's probably before it turned white. And these things look like I like to call them skin flowers, but you know, you can say the warts. I'm not the type to get warts, so these things are on my face, growing. And you can see why I called it a skin flower, was because of it had petals, and it would open and close. I would sometimes push it close, and it would open again, like in the sunlight. If the sun was shining, it would open up, and right there you can see it. It's actually open right there in that picture. So you're looking at it open. Take a shower, it would open, and there's a whole bunch of them. It's an outbreak. So now going back to that night, you know, you see in the pictures like some formations. It almost looks like these orbs. It took some sort of formation, and as you can see on my face, the side that that object came by my face, this is what happened to it after. I had these things grow on my face, on the exact same side of my face. Not only that, after I ripped them off, because, you know, they got out of hand, they were getting out of control, people were worried.
They're
telling me I should go get them
contagious.
checked out at the
It's a
doctors.
disease.
And I didn't think nothing of it. I always figured I could remove them, just rip them off like a skin tag or something like that.
They had black seeds inside them.
I just cut them off. They came off in layers like petals. But even though I did that, I still felt a connection to this night. My gut feeling told me that's where it came from. Based on, it's on the same side that thing passed my head. And those skin flowers, or warts, they're just like the same formation as what you see in the picture. And it's crazy. I mean, we all know how invisible forces work. I mean, you can see it with your remote control or, keys to your car or something, your cell phone. And I feel like it did something to me, maybe. It seems like that. I got these things on my face, and they're in the same shape as they are in the picture. So that's the only one that I saw. Literally, the only one that I saw. But in the picture, you see more. And so I'm going to say that's the strongest one out of all the balls. That would be the point, I guess. And if you're to connect the dots, connect the dots, what you see is the same shape on my face. So it's like the bottom one would be connected to the top two. And you can see the lines on my face that's like infested with them little warts. So wherever the lines would be, imaginary lines, if you connect all the dots, those are the exact same imaginary lines. Same shape on my face. And it's interesting because the ones that I didn't see, you don't even see any warts there. As if there was no connection, like the force that it would take to burn my face or whatever it did. Because I do believe it came from that night. So you see those lines there, but you don't see nothing on the top because I didn't see those two, so I left them out. As you can see, you connect the powerful one to the other dots in the picture. That's the line that's on my face, exact same. And the other two that I didn't see, I didn't connect them. So maybe, the force between those orbs are weaker. So that's why you don't see any, I guess, trail of warts going to the other and connecting the whole thing. But where it's strong, which would be from that point, mark, you see warts connected to it all the way through like a line. And I feel like those lines are responsible for the warts on my face. I mean, they turn white, they open right there, it's closed. I pushed it closed that time, and that's how it would look. And it's just something bizarre because I'm not the type to get warts. I never ever had any in my whole life until this experience. And I had this outbreak, and it's like, where did it come from? So I did research on it, and it says, you had to get them from some, you can read it from the beginning of the video. I posted it. There's all sorts of ways to get warts. But if it ain't any of the above, then what is it, right? I had my skin broken. It must have been broken or damaged. That's the only explanation. But broken or damaged from what is the question. I don't know. I feel like I got these things on my face because of those balls. I drew the line. It's the same thing. It's all the same shape. What's the odds, right? Tell me. You believe it? Try telling a doctor or someone and explaining this. They're just going to throw you out. They're not going to hear you out. So, reason why I'm telling you this is because, I dodged that orb. I dodged it. And sometimes I regret that thing, I did that. It's just a natural reaction, blame it on dodgeball or something. But what would have happened? What would have happened to me if it hit me, right? Would my face have been covered with all those things? Would it have killed me? I don't know. All I know is I'm still alive. And I had warts grow on my face after. Skin flowers. On the same side that thing passed my face.